I want to bring in Senator Kevin Cramer from North Dakota, who is standing on by listening to some of this. Senator Cramer, thanks for being with us here on the Hill. I wonder why you think, sir, this is coming from the president, assuming it happens tomorrow or this week or the upcoming days, why it's happening now.
Because he can read polls and he sees he's in a lot of trouble, and the number one concern for the American people is the border crisis that, yes, he created. And this EO is an admission that he could have done something about it all along. And the thing he's been doing about it is opening the border wide open and saying, come on in, bring your human traffickers and your drug traffickers and criminals and terrorists and all kinds of people. Just come on in until there's 2.5 million of you a year, and then suddenly the last 5 months before an election, he decides he's got the power to do something about it now. He's irredeemable on this topic, and frankly, I think he's going to irritate his base a lot more than he does any good for himself.
Do you worry, though, that he could flip the script, right? Because President Trump, as we know, first off, to just walk the audience who's watching us here on NewsNation or listening on SiriusXM through all of this. You know this, in the House, they passed H.R. 2. That went nowhere. The Senate tried to negotiate something. Donald Trump killed that. Now here we are, and there's real questions about why the president hasn't acted sooner. But do you worry that he could flip the script and say, see, Trump killed it, and then I'm taking action?
Well, first of all, I think that what's already baked into this whole debate about this presidential election is the comparison of two men who've been president for 4 years, and all an American has to do is go, gee, what did it look like under Donald Trump? Donald Trump's worst month in his 4 years was about equal to Joe Biden's best month at the border, which was his first month. So, yeah, the only real debate is who did secure the border when he was president. Donald Trump did, Joe Biden didn't. Case closed. I don't think there's enough spin in the world to redeem Joe Biden on this topic.
Let me ask you about the Senate, because you are a Republican senator. You are hoping that Republicans take control in the Senate in November. Just down the road from us here in Washington is the state of Maryland. Larry Hogan, a Republican, has a real chance of picking up that seat. He said that the verdict against Donald Trump should be respected, and the Trump team and the R-N.D has pushed back on it. Here's Laura Trump, for example, on Larry Hogan over the weekend, quote, "He doesn't deserve the respect of anyone in the Republican Party at this point, and quite frankly, anybody in America, if that's the way you feel." Is she right? Does Larry Hogan not deserve to be respected for pushing back and basically saying, let's respect the verdict?
Well, as a Republican United States Senator on the ballot this year, I really hope Larry Hogan becomes a United States Senator and is a Republican caucusing with us next year.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do, and that's why I'm wondering. That's why I'm wondering, sir, if you think that the Trump team's going too far overboard with this.
Well, I think the Trump team's doing what the Trump team needs to do for Donald Trump's election, and I'm not against that. But I think for Larry Hogan, it may even help him in Maryland to be pushed back against, by the Republican National Committee. So whatever people have to do for Larry Hogan to become a Republican senator, I'm for that.
All right, we'll leave it there. Senator Kevin Cramer, thank you for joining us here on the Hill. Appreciate the time, sir, and hope you come on back. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.